So I was scrounging the sale section at Walmart and I saw this set of painter's markers by Elmer's, and I've been wanting a whole set of them, and they had them on sale, so I picked up the box. There are 16 of them in the set. I've had a few of these before, never had a chance to get all of them together. So when you open these guys up, you gotta shake them up really well right before you open them. Then pop the seal on it. The tip is white and you have to depress it down. It takes about 15 to 35 seconds. And you'll start to see color coming through on it. I'm just scribbling on the box just to get all mine going. So I've got all these opened up and I tested them out on copy paper and black cardstock. And you can see most of them really well on the copy paper. And on the black cardstock, you can see a lot of them really well too. Now, on the other side of the cardstock, I had a hard time getting them to show up. This side is a little bit more smooth and glossy, and I think that if you were doodling over like black gloss paint or something glossy, then these would show up a lot better, because I noticed on the packaging that a lot of these colors are showing up a lot better on this gloss packaging than they are on this matte cardstock. So I'm working on some planner pages, and I wanted to show you guys how I'm using these Elmer's painter's markers on my pages. These are like divider pages that go before every month, just so I can have a pretty page to look at for the month. This is a gelatin plate print that I did, and I've just gone over with white marker and done a little bit of doodles, and I've done some doodles down here in different colored markers, and that's all I'm doing is just adding a little bit of interest to the page. This is what the jelly prints look like without the doodles. So I'm just adding easy doodles, easy fun doodles. To add a little bit of interest to the page. And I'll do something different on every page. Like that. And then on the backs of these pages, I've painted a solid color. And what I'm doing is I'm going in, let's see, going in with a color that's just a little bit darker than the page. And I'm just making these little lines. Just messy little loops, almost looks like scales or something. We've got a couple of them finished here. This one and this one. And I'm going on top of those with a faux bois tool with a different color too, so you can still kind of see these little things. It just makes for a little bit of interest in the background. So I've got a lot going on the page, a lot of different colors, a lot of different textures as well. So that's what I'm doing. I just really like to doodle with them. They're fun. They do smear easily, so let them dry before you go touching on them. I also did a painting today, and I took, I wanted it to look underwater background. It's for a mermaid themed nursery, and so I painted some background with acrylic paints in several different colors of blue and green. And then I took a silhouette image I found off of Google image search of a shipwreck, and then a separate one of a mermaid. And I used a light tracer that I have. It's the Artograph tracer projector, and I projected the image onto the canvas, penciled it in real quick, and then I took one of these, I took this dark green paint marker, and instead of having to do all that detail work with my brush, I just did it with the paint marker and smeared it a couple of places. That way it kind of looked, it didn't look like one solid color, and it came out pretty good. I'll go ahead and show you the picture right here. So here's something else fun that we've been doing with the markers around my house. I've got this piano bench. Excuse my laundry room. That I've painted white, and I've recovered the top of it with canvas that I've spray painted and painted with acrylic paints. And me and my kids have just been doodling on top of it with our paint markers, and they really enjoy this. And I figured it's something that kids in our small group that come over, and our friends and stuff, and their friends can just get in here and doodle and have fun and make a mess on something that they're normally not supposed to be coloring on. The kids enjoy it. They ask me a lot if they can draw on it. I've just been getting in here and drawing little silly doodles on it. Hearts and stars and flowers. I'm just having some fun on it. And this is something we can all do as a family together. It's a lot of fun. And it's also something that if I decide to recover this bench again, I can take this canvas and build a piece of wood to fit it and stretch it onto it, and I'll have a lot of memories. And it'll be a fun piece of art I can hang on my wall. So yeah, the doodle markers, the Elmer's Painter's markers, I really like these a lot. I do have a couple of them that have dried out, so if you get them, don't just use them and let them sit around without using them. You know, use them pretty often, that way they don't end up drying out on you. But they're perfect markers for doodling and doing other art pieces with.